Okay, let's talk about the single most complex, most mysterious, and honestly, most paradoxical object in the entire known universe. And the wild part? It's sitting right inside your head. We're going to unpack some of the most incredible secrets of the human brain. So let me ask you this. What is that thing in your head, really? Is it some kind of biological supercomputer performing miracles every single second? Or is it just a delicate, fragile piece of jelly? Well, the absolutely incredible answer is it's both. And to really get its power, we have to start with just how vulnerable it is. So yeah, let's tackle that fragile jelly part first. Because before we can even get to its mind-bending superpowers, you really have to appreciate just how physically delicate the brain is. We have this image of the brain as this firm, rock-solid command center, right? But the truth is, a living brain is not firm at all. It has the consistency of something like soft tofu or gelatin. It's a pretty stark reminder of just how delicate the hardware for all our thoughts and dreams really is. And its fragility isn't just about its texture. Your brain is incredibly demanding. It needs a constant nonstop supply of oxygen. If you deprive it of that for just a few minutes, the damage can be permanent. It's an organ that's basically living on the edge every single second of your life. Okay, enough about how fragile it is. Let's totally pivot, because for every bit of that delicacy, the brain has a ton of pure, unfiltered superpower. And this is where things get truly mind-bending. We've all had that feeling, haven't we? Where your brain just feels full, especially after a long day of trying to learn something new. But how much can it actually hold? When you think about all your memories, what is the actual storage limit for this thing? That's right, it's functionally unlimited. Unlike a computer's hard drive, your brain never really gets full. It just creates new connections between neurons, meaning it can store a practically limitless amount of information. Every face, every song, every single experience, there is always room for more. And all that activity, storing memories, thinking, dreaming, just keeping you alive, it all requires energy. But here's the thing. Your brain isn't just a consumer of energy. It's also a generator. At any given moment, it's producing a steady electrical current of about 12 to 25 watts. So to put that into perspective for you, that's enough power to light up a low-wattage LED bulb. So that classic cartoon image of a light bulb going off over your head when you have a bright idea, well, it turns out you're actually generating your own power for it. But the brain's power isn't just about unlimited storage and making its own electricity. It's also the home of something we all experience every single day: emotions. It doesn't just think, it feels. And the way it processes those feelings is absolutely fascinating. Have you ever had a moment of social rejection or a harsh comment that felt like an actual physical blow, like it literally hurt? Well, there's a very real reason for that. Neurologically, your brain can process the pain of emotional rejection in some of the exact same pathways it uses for physical injury. That feeling of being hurt by someone's words, yeah, it's not just a metaphor. To your brain, it is a very, very real sensation. And now let's get to our final and maybe the most profound mystery of all. We've talked about how the brain is fragile, how it's powerful, and how it feels. But what happens at the very, very end of life? 7 minutes. According to some scientific observations, this is how long the brain can continue to show signs of activity after the body has technically died. 7 final minutes of neural energy. So, what in the world is happening in that time? This might just be the most incredible phenomenon of all. In those final moments, the brain seems to go into a state of intense recall, literally replaying a lifetime of memories. You know that saying about your life flashing before your eyes? This could be the biological basis for it. A final, compressed dream of your entire existence, all curated by the very organ that lived through it. Which, leaves us with one final, pretty deep thought. If your brain's last act is to tell the story of your life back to you, a story pulled from a limitless vault of memories, what kind of story are you giving it to tell? What moments are going to make that final cut? It's something to think about.